Are you going to? Is it Olivia that lives by the ocean?
Yeah, she's by Ocean Beach.
Yeah.
In what is your area? Not the Sunset.
No, Richmond. It's the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where I went to school.
Right. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Bye.
So,
Okay.
for journalistic integrity, I'm probably going to ask you questions that I already am aware of the answers for, but would like to document for
Okay.
like historical purposes. But I guess like in like the most detail that you're able to, kind of like describe the house that you were like born into. Like
Oh,
your
well, that's
earliest
hard.
memories.
Because we moved.
Right.
So I was born when we lived in an apartment in
Mhm.
San Francisco, and I can't really describe it because we moved to a house, and then we moved to my aunt's house. Are you recording?
It is,
Oh.
yeah, it's actually rolling right now, yeah.
Okay.
I should have given you a heads up,
Yeah.
but yeah.
We moved to a house on 39th Avenue that belonged to my aunt.
Yeah.
And it was 1419.
How old were you when you moved from the house that you were
3.
born into? So you have no memory of the original
No, the
house,
apartment,
the apartment.
I just remember my aunt's house. She had my sister used to scare me with. She had a fox. You know, have you ever seen those fox? It looks like a real
It's like a scarf,
fox
but
draped
it's like,
around your
It's like
Well, she used to scare me
designed to
with
look
it.
like it, or
Yeah.
maybe it's made from a
That's what I
fox scarf.
remember of it. So, and then we moved to the other end of the block from 1419 to 1491. Or 1491 to 1419. I forget which way it went.
Why move but so close?
Because a house came up that was rentable. So that's why we moved there.
Your third house.
Yeah.
And you were what age at this time?
Oh, I don't know.
You were just like
I'm still young,
like middle
real
school
young,
age.
yeah. Oh, even younger than that. And then I met Eileen on that block. She lived on that same block. My friend that I'm still friends with.
One of your best friends,
Yes.
if not your best friend,
Yes.
to this day.
Eileen Marie Rose Connolly O'Callahan.
What are some of your... Oh, and then I always hear stories about, like, when Mark talks about going to Tahoe, he talks about going, like, with the O'Callahans.
Well, only a couple times when they were small. They
It was
rented. Yeah.
A couple trips to the snow for
Yeah.
skiing.
We had our condo, and they rented another condo in the same complex. You know, so yeah, we did go up there a couple times with the O'Callahans.
What are some of your like memories that you have with Eileen from living in San Francisco in what decade for the listeners? Like, were you growing up as a like middle school age, elementary age in SF?
In the 50s.
So the 1950s and San
into
Francisco,
the 60s, yeah.
Into the 60s.
And we used to go roller skating at the roller skating rink down at Ocean Beach.
Nice.
When we were really young, we used to ride our, I don't know what you call them. It's not a sled. It's a flexi flyer kind of thing.
I don't know. It had wheels on it.
Yeah,
And you would,
it was
use
just
it to get around.
Yeah, you could steer it, and it was real low to the ground, and it had 4 wheels. And we used to go down the hill really fast and pray we didn't die.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hills in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
So you can skate or use like different
At the
things
corner, it went straight down the hill all the way to the beach.
Fly from point A to point
Yes,
B.
and there was cleaners on the corner, and we sometimes could get in there and roller skate. They had a big chain link fence, and we would just go inside there when it was closed and roller skate. So we did a lot of roller skating. And my dad used to take us to Golden Gate Park a lot, and we would walk a lot. Yeah, we would walk all the way up to where the far end of the park. And then he'd treat us to some kind of a drink or something to eat, and then we would walk back.
What are some of your favorite snacks or drinks that you'd have when you were that age?
Don't even remember. I don't. I have no clue. Oh, I do. A lot of people drink Byerly's.
Byerly's. Is that
Yeah.
like a root beer?
It's Well, you can get orange
Mm.
or root beer, but it was a brand. So it was either orange or root beer or whatever. Sodas, I guess.
So once you got out of middle school and you went to high school, where did you go to high school?
I went to George Washington, and it was on the other side of the park. So I'd take a streetcar to 19th Avenue and a bus across, and then a bus back down. And every once in a while, we'd walk across the park.
So every time you commuted to school, you had to get on the bus, switch buses,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
again get
Yeah.
there.
And then when I was a senior, well, actually, I was a junior when I met your grandfather. And then I got rides.
Richard.
Richard had, my first
My
boyfriend
granddad.
was Frank Giordano, and he had a 58 Chevy convertible. So, of course, Richard, being the jealous type, that's the car he bought.
Interesting.
Yeah, I bought this almost the same car. Yeah. But my first boyfriend moved to Fresno. You know where Fresno is?
Yeah.
In the valley.
It's
yeah.
like
It's
is
a
it like
ways.
somewhat closer to like Sacramento kind of
And further south, though.
Before, yeah.
Quite a bit further south.
Okay.
So, anyway, that was my first boyfriend. And your dad was my second boyfriend.
Grandpa. But yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, Grandpa.
Do you remember some of your like early interactions with Papa? When you first
Dances.
started talking.
I went to his prom, and I took him to my senior prom.
Because you
And-
went to different schools.
No, we both went to Washington.
Oh, okay. You met him
That's-
at
well,
Washington.
His friends, he told them that he liked me, but he was too shy. And so a couple of his friends one day shoved him into me in the hall and said,
Oh,
"This guy wants to go out with you."
nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to those friends because that's
Yeah.
why.
Well,
you
it
met.
took 4
and talked.
years.
Yeah.
Because he made the mistake of asking me if I wanted to get married when I was 18, and I just laughed. I mean, I was just gobsmacked, as the British say.
But he knew when he was, and
He
he's
knew
a
he
little
wanted-
older than you, right? Like
A year and a half.
year.
Yeah,
Just
year.
but like just barely.
Yeah, yeah. So he asked me, but then when I laughed, he got his feelings hurt, and he didn't ask me again for 4 years, which was perfect because that's when I was ready to get married. Nobody should
At
get married.
23,
Yeah,
which is my age right now.
right. But the first time he asked me, it was ridiculous. I mean,
That's
we
too
hadn't
early.
even too early.
Yeah.
Well, then.
But that's interesting that he knew. He was
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
He was sure enough to really ask.
Fred and Nancy, his brother Fred,
Mhm.
and my, now sister-in-law Nancy, were the same way. His aunt fixed him up
Mhm.
with Nancy.
Oh, his aunt introduced them. That's funny.
Yeah, his aunt. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
she set him up for a prom, and yeah, that
My
worked
great
out.
Uncle Fred.
Yeah, that worked out fine.
Huh. And then when you got married, what year was that?
1968,
Huh.
February.
And you must have
1968.
gone for a trip for your honeymoon too, right? You went somewhere.
Oh, we
after
went to
it was,
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
No, not Las Vegas. Reno? Las Vegas. Yeah, Las Vegas. Didn't like it.
Somewhere where you can gamble and there's a
Yeah.
lot of lights and
Yeah.
live music.
But see, I don't do that. I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the best.
How long after the 1963 did Papa then invest in the condominium in Lake Tahoe? Because he had.
Oh, my mom
you
died.
moved into this house,
Right.
and then after that, how did you come
Well,
by the
when
condo?
my mother died, we already had a house.
Mhm.
He had lived at home and saved money, and we bought a house. Well, I got pregnant 6 weeks after we were married,
Mhm.
and so Jeff was born. Soon,
1964.
and we could get a house. Yeah.
That's Dad's birth year.
No, he's 68 too.
Or 68.
February. We got married in February, and he was born December 25th.
Yeah,
so
Christmas.
that's the far end of the same year. And all Rich could say to me is, "Couldn't you have waited till the next year?" I said, "Your family can't count." You know, I just thought he thought it would sound better if it was at least the next year. Yeah. So we ended up, when my mom died, we just bought the place at Tahoe because we already had a house, and he was always cautious with money. We never
Yeah.
were in debt. So
How did Papa save up to buy the condo and to invest in
well, when my
two
mom died, we
properties?
got some money. Not a lot, but we got enough, and things were cheap then.
Yeah.
You know.
It just ended up working out that way.
Yeah,
And
it just
also,
did.
I always wondered, like, why Lake Tahoe? Why was that the
Oh,
place?
because I had started going skiing up there.
Right.
Yeah. That's
And you
why.
guys both just really liked skiing. Because Dad and
No,
Mark
he-
tell me
he-
about
he-
stories of it when they were kids.
No.
They liked skiing a lot.
Your grandfather was not good at it, and it got to the point where he would drive me over to the ski lift, go home and clean the condo, and then come back and pick me up at the end of the day. He just never got into it, and I just adored it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You know what Papa was really good at is cooking.
Oh
He
yeah, and I'm
really-
not.
He really likes cooking.
Oh, yeah.
You are good at cooking too.
No, I'm not. Not like his family. I mean, I remember parties, Christmas parties, other parties, and his uncles and aunts would argue about who was the better cooks. And the uncles all said they were the best cooks.
What was Papa's favorite things to cook? I know he had meatloaf and golden potatoes, and he really liked making.
Oh, he liked
pasta.
making something called his own sauce. He would make his own ragu or sauce, and he liked making braciole, which is pounded minute steaks or small, and you pound them really good, and then you roll them up, and they have finely chopped salami and eggs, you know, and a few just spices and things. And then you put that in the center and you roll it up and you secure it with toothpicks, and then you cook it in the sauce until it's really soft. And we would have it with rice or with noodles. Yeah. That was one of his favorite things. He liked my pot roast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made pot roast like my mother made pot roast. Because my mom was from the Midwest, and that's the kind of cooking they do there.
So how many generations San Franciscan would you two be? Because if
Well, my mom was first generation. They moved there. They got married in South Dakota on horseback.
Mm-hmm.
And then soon after, they moved to San Francisco.
So it was like your grandparents from Italy, or from out of country, or Papa's grandparents
Yeah.
from Italy, and then your parents.
No, his grandfather actually was a fisherman at Fisherman's Wharf. He fished. A
So
lot of Italians fished.
It was Papa's great grandparents from Italy.
Actually, his grandfather on one side was a fisherman here in San Francisco. His father came from Italy. Came over from Italy when he was 19, with no money virtually, and a loaf of bread. He just, he just came. He
Just
went through
arrived.
Ellis Island.
No
and
savings or anything.
No, he had hardly any money. But he had relatives here, which you had to have at that time. You had to tell them. He had a brother that lived in Oakland, and an uncle. So he had people that lived here.
So who would that be to me? My great grandfather or my great great?
No, Rich's dad would be your great grandfather.
He would just be one great. Yeah.
Yeah, great grandfather. So the great grandfather came from Italy. Then the great grandmother, she was born in San Francisco right after the earthquake, and her relatives all came from Sicily.
Right. Yeah.
So on your father's side, it's Tuscany. On his mother's side, it's Sicily. So it's
Well,
two different
so you
parts
say
of Italy.
Sicilian, and what would you say for like Tuscany? Tuscanian?
No, Tuscany.
Tuscany?
Yeah, Tuscany.
Tuscany?
And the Tuscans are named after the Etruscans. Have you
Okay.
ever heard of the Etruscans?
I don't know much about them.
But they were there before Rome. They
They're
were
like the
there
original
long, yeah,
settlers.
the original settlers of Tuscany. And then the Romans kind of, their civilization kind of disappeared
They
when
like
the Romans showed
colonized
up.
them, basically.
Yeah, just overtook them and assimilated. The Romans did a lot of that. They were good at
Yeah.
actually assimilating.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like something I noticed.
Yeah,
is
they
that
don't
a lot,
conquer
like,
so much
like
as
the
they
Greeks and
assimilate.
the Romans, and,
Yeah.
and they would just like kind of almost like merge cultures, but like more so in the Roman direction.
Yes. Any other questions?
Let me think. What are some of your favorite memories with Papa from like later in like after Dad was an adult or like after Dad was in college, like um
Just trips to Tahoe, family dinners, Christmas. I always enjoyed his family. You know, double dating with Roger and Eileen.
hmm.
Yeah. And so, they eventually moved over to Danville and bought a house, and we used to drive over there and, spend quite a bit of time with them. Yeah. I mean, he and Roger, Eileen's husband, were always good friends. So it was a very compatible situation. So,
Let me try to think of some more questions. 'Cause I was
and your grandfather liked to cook, and I did the painting and the cleaning and I did, you know, he never did much for me. I mean, he took care of the house and he made good money and all that kind of stuff. But when it came to doing things around the house, it was he didn't garden. I did all the gardening, you know. I washed my own car, or not.
How many years did Papa work as a shoe salesman?
51 years.
51.
Yeah. He did it. He started it when he was going. His counselor got him the job at Lane Bryant, and so so he continued, up until the time that he retired. He liked women.
He was good at
He
finding
schmoozed.
like people's styles and finding things
Yeah.
within people's
Yeah.
price range.
And he was very charming to older women. I mean, he would recommend, oh, we have this lovely purse that goes with these shoes, and
Yeah.
he always did a
He
good
was
job.
good at upselling because
Yes,
he
he
was
was very good at
very
upselling.
like fashion savvy, so he was aware of things that would look good together that
Yeah,
make more sales.
yeah.
And he commuted to San Francisco from Pacifica.
Oh, yeah,
how
but he
many,
didn't-
How many days a week did he usually work? Like a
5.
usual like 9 to 5, like 5 days a week.
Yeah, but the store didn't open all that early. So he avoided most of the traffic because people leave at 7, 7:30, 8, and he didn't have to leave until close to 9. Because
that's
I think they
nice.
opened at 10. So, and he was late to work almost every day he worked.
Yeah.
He was always late.
And no one said anything?
Good salesman.
Huh.
You do a good job, you get away with more.
Yeah, if he's meeting his quota more
Oh
than
yeah,
other people,
no
then
question.
if
Yeah.
he's 10 minutes late, 30 minutes late, or whatever, it doesn't matter so much.
No. Yeah. But he was very easy to get along with.
Okay, this is off topic, but how do you stay in touch with like people that you've been friends with since you were a little kid and so much time has passed and you're still so close and closer because of all the memories that you have with them? Would
I
you have
don't
any
know.
suggestions for people that have
No, I
friends
just
at your
I
age and
text,
wanna
I
do that?
call. I make sure I see them.
Planning.
but there's not a ton of them.
Yeah.
Pat, I met when I started high school, and we still see each other almost every week.
Mm.
And then every other week, I drive, do most of the driving now, and we drive up to Santa Rosa from Marin, and that's another high school friend who's really close. Pat and Vicky are very close. They talk on the phone every day,
Mm-hmm.
which always isn't the best thing. You know, you can overdo things. I don't know. You see too much of somebody, sometimes you start to rub each other the wrong way. Yeah. So I see my friends, but not too often. So my girlfriend Pat knows I'm not going to call her more than once a week, because I say otherwise I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. So I don't have a ton of people I keep in contact with, but
You spend a lot of time with Mark.
I do.
How often do you see Mark throughout the week?
Usually
and what do you
it
guys
ends
like
up
to do
kind
when you're
of,
together?
for the most part, once a week, but many times it's twice a week. You know, like I have to call, I think Monday or Tuesday, and double check about when his blood draw is, because I think it's New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure.
That they're open.
Yes, and they probably are
later
open.
than-
The blood drawer is only there until 12:30.
Yeah, because they probably are gonna
And
close
that
early
they will
if it's New
close,
Year's.
and the whole thing will close down at 12:30, which
Yeah.
is fine for New Year's Eve.
Mm.
And then I will bring him back here. And New Year's Eve, usually Mark and I don't do anything. We
Yeah.
sit around and stare and can't wait to go to bed. I don't like staying up late. I
Yeah,
don't.
until midnight.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. What
And he's not supposed to drink.
Yeah. What kinds of medical things do you have to be aware of for Mark, like medications and
Just to make sure he
anything?
takes them.
Mhm.
So I make sure he takes them, either with juice or with milk.
Mhm.
You know, nothing that much more than that. I know he drinks way too much soda, and soda's just not good for anybody. I
Soda's
read that
bad.
more and more all the time.
Yeah, soda's like a drain cleaner. Like you can use Pepsi to clean your drain. If you dump a big bottle of it down, it'll
No,
if
Coke
you
is
have
the
a
one
Coke-
that's the
or
worst.
Coke, yeah,
Yeah.
Coke is bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just imagine your poor insides.
Yeah.
So I try to, when Mark's here, I try to make sure I have, not some orange juice, but mostly cranberry juice and milk.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You don't drink soda very much, but you
Well, I have tonic water, which is carbonated, but it's no sugar.
it doesn't have like a bunch of high fructose corn syrup
No,
and
no, it
red
has nothing
40s
in
and
it.
colors in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only reason I do that is because I really want to have a whole glass, but I can't fill the glass with alcohol, because then I wouldn't be able to walk.
Yeah. What are some things that you're growing on your property that you're really proud of right now, like either trees or just
Proud of.
ornamental plants?
Nothing that I'm that proud of. I make a ton of work for myself by having so many trees,
Yeah.
and then in the winter, I mean,
Drops everything.
yes, and my green waste that's out, it's full to the top.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, and you know what a lot of it is this time? Is Dan's tree next door.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
what kind
when
of
the
tree is that?
storm-
Is that just a maple tree?
No,
Or-
no,
it's
it's a willow.
Oh,
It's a
that
weeping
one.
willow.
Yeah.
And willows,
There's
really.
a couple trees. That's definitely a willow, the one that drops the most.
Oh, well, just whole branches. I mean, the whole thing is just filled with Dan's tree.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I like I like having them. And I like the ones that turn red.
Yeah.
Like I have a snowball shrub. I don't know if it's a tree. But in the spring, it gets white snowballs. And then the leaves turn reddish. So like right now, it's almost finished dropping its leaves, but they're all red, which I like. And I like maples, Japanese maples. I love Japanese maples.
And your apple tree's going crazy right now. You have like 50 plus apples like ready to pick.
I know,
And they all
but
look
that
pretty
tree is
good.
so old that.
Yeah.
But so when all the apples are gone, I'm going to prune it back and spray it and see. But it might have to be taken out and a new tree planted.
You want to start over with like a new little sapling?
Well, it's kind of sad because at my age, it's not going to mature soon enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and make it last a few years longer.
Yeah. Yeah, your apple tree that's growing right now is fruiting and it's doing really well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it needs to be.
Did you treat it with anything or do you mulch
No,
it
but
or
it
give
needs
any
to be. No, not really.
I didn't notice a lot of mulch around the base of it.
No,
you don't
it's
you don't
got
give it a
plants.
lot of nutrients and stuff. It just kind of does its thing. where
It
it's
does
planted.
its thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't have anything that my pear tree is a pain in the rear because it drops all its leaves.
Yeah.
And then this year it didn't get hardly any pears.
Oh,
But
that's too bad.
things are like that. They have cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year, maybe not. Maybe next year more. Maybe
Oh yeah, I
not.
think next year will be a good year for it.
Hmm.
So,
It's nice to grow things for you.
oh, it's almost evenly divided.
Yeah.
This guy is funny.
It says 55% of people are awake
Yeah,
for midnight New Year's and 44% no.
I might
They
be
just
awake,
don't
but I don't
care.
think I'm in very good shape. So he's their numbers guy, Harry Enton.
Going into 2026, what are some of your plans or goals?
My goal is only to get to Italy in May. That's my main goal.
What are you gonna be doing a big tour or do you have
Yes.
a few places that you're gonna spend
No,
time
I have
with?
a tour, a 9-day tour that so bus all over Italy, and it ends up in Venice, and then I'm going to be on my own for a couple of weeks, and then I'll fly home.
Are you gonna see Ken when you're out there?
No, they were going to drive from their place in Orvieto, which is just north of Rome,
Mhm.
and they were going to drive over to where I was, but he has a schedule of workshops, camera workshops,
Oh,
photography workshops,
yeah.
and his workshops don't jive with my
Oh,
time.
Understandable.
Yeah. So
Yeah. What are you most excited for in Italy that you want to
the
see?
places I've never seen.
What's that?
Well, I'm going to be in Venice, which I've seen quite a bit of, but I will see more of.
Oh.
And then Treviso is a pretty town just north of Venice. And then when I come back to Venice, I will go down along the coast, and I'm going to Rimini, which is a resort town, which doesn't really interest me, but it'll it's a pretty little town.
Mhm.
And then Ravenna, which actually was the capital of the Byzantine Empire way back when, and it has a lot of beautiful, gorgeous mosaics.
Ancient architecture
Yes,
that has
yeah.
artwork built
Yeah.
into it.
So Ravenna I'm looking forward to, and Ferrara, which I have been by on a train, but not been in. And it's on the River Po. So
So you'll see a lot of mosaics that have probably been made before the United States was a country.
honey, everything was before the
Yeah.
United States was a country. Everything in Italy is way before that. That's
Yeah.
why I go, because it's so old.
But it's all still standing. And
Yeah.
there's a lot
I mean, we
there's a
have
lot of
old stuff too.
cobblestone
If you
roads.
go to Mesa Verde, if you go to the Four Corners where Colorado and New Mexico and what they come together there,
Mhm.
they're Indian pueblos that are old.
Before us, yeah.
Oh yeah, long before us, long. And they think that they're. I'm trying to think in Arizona, someplace. Can't remember if it's Texas, but someplace in the Southwest. Heavy rains have uncovered footprints that are like 11,000 years old.
Huh.
So peoples were here.
Yeah,
They
peoples
came-
have been here.
They
for a
came
long
over
time.
an ice bridge from Asia, from like Siberia
Yeah.
and through there and then down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause we're pretty like through the Bering Strait. We're pretty close to Russia.
Yes, we are.
Like just distance wise, it's not that far, or it's not that
Yes, but there was
inconceivable.
an
I think
ice
if there
bridge
was
way
ice
back when.
connecting that
Yeah.
body of water, that people would have used that to transfer over here.
Yeah. And why they would take off and walk, it's hard to know. But people have always migrated.
Yes. But you've lived in the same house for how many years?
55.
55 years in this house?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no interest in going anywhere else.
Yeah. You have a beautiful house, by the way.
I like it.
It's very cozy.
Yes, and that's why I like it. I don't like big spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you live alone. You don't need big spaces. Now, I do get upset, but it's my fault that I don't have enough space for my clothes, but it's because I buy too many.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So even my sock drawers are jammed full. Totally jammed full.
Understandable.
But see, I'm a big person for socks. I've enjoyed the Christmas season tremendously.
It's always nice to have new socks.
Huh?
It's always nice to have new socks.
I-
New crispy, fresh socks.
So now, you said you're okay for socks?
Oh, I'm good for socks. I was just saying, 'cause
No,
I
I
have lots of socks too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I had bought Vans socks. You know Vans.
Yeah.
Well, I bought a stack of Vans socks, and I couldn't find them to wrap and put out at Christmas. You know. Okay. Yes. This says Marin. I don't answer them. When places call me, I don't answer.
Huh. I think I'm gonna probably end the interview.
Okay.